2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Are you in the building? Yes or no? Check, check, check. I can't hear nobody. Hold on. Check, check, check. Hold up. What's going on here? Can y'all hear me? Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. See what I got here. All right, can y'all hear me? Mic is distorted. Okay. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. How about now? Can you hear me now? Let me check my settings. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. See what's going on here. All right. Okay, we got that. Check, check, check. I don't know why. This is not. Check, check, check. All right. How about now? Okay, family, we got to get busy now. We ain't got time to play with this. Hey, family, how many people in the building? How many people in the building should determine how many thumbs up we got so far? You know what I mean? Because we know when them people come, they ain't going to want thumbs up nothing. They ain't going to want thumbs up nothing. You already know they ain't going to want thumbs up nothing, family. Now, so I need y'all to thumbs up this demonstration. While I gear myself up, let me gear myself together. Let me get it all together. Gotta watch y'all on another screen just to make sure that it's flowing good. I gotta watch y'all on another screen to make sure that it's flowing good. You know what I'm talking about? They will shut me down. That's right. They gonna say I'm supporting a teether. They gonna say I'm supporting a teether. You know what I'm talking about? Family, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We're about to start the show in a second. Let me first say that I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me and hearing my opinion on things. Listen, I love to touch the subject matters that people are scared to touch. You know, even those who are on the side of the perspective that I've been giving up here on Moorish World TV as it relates to reparations, some people would still be hesitant. You know what I mean? All right. Let me get out of here. Let me get this out of here. One second. All right, let me get out of here. All right, we're about to get busy. Block that out. I need to block out all my windows because you never know how they going to play the game. So, family, anyway, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. Let me do it like this. Bam. Let me do it like this. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay, family. Family. Do you know that they uninvited Wes Moore to the cookout? They uninvited my brother, Wes Moore, to the cookout, family. Why they gonna do my brother Wes Moore like that? I don't know. They out there calling him tether and all type of stuff. Now, you know I can't have that. I'm from Maryland. You know what I'm talking about? Come on, man. And then they lying on the brother, too. Man. They didn't call him tether, but they got I even read some posts. Hold up, family, before we get started. I got to show you some of this stuff. Read some of these comments, man. These people crazy as a bed bug. They crazy. Listen, the crazy thing about all of this, if the FBA could read just a smidget, they would be fine. They can't read. I'm convinced that FBA can't read, and so they rely on Marcus to relay what's going on to them. Bad move. Bad move. I'm convinced that ADOS can't read, and so they rely on the lady, you know I'm talking about, Yvette, to give them the message. They're like seeing eye dogs for their people. I mean, because they can't read. They cannot read. So tonight, family, we're going to do some reading. Let's start off with some reading like this. FBA Tether Patrol says, all hands on deck. We got a Caribbean target. We got to target Caribbean elected officials. Do this fool know that this is a crime to say they targeting elected officials? Do this fool know that they will find out who that account is and show up at your door? See how goofy these people are, man? You see how goofy they are? This is how goofy these people have become. And they want to influence other people who not so bright to try to be as goofy as them. Press 7 if you see that. We got to target Caribbean elected officials. Do you know that an elected official is basically a ward of the state? Do you know that an elected official is... what is wrong with you crazy people, family? What is wrong with these people? They're literally on social media saying they have to target elected officials. Family, that is, for all intents and purposes, that is treason. For all intents and purposes, that is trying to overthrow government. Come on, man. This is how crazy these people are. This is how crazy these people are. Family, if you are FBA, get out now. Get out now. Listen to what he said. They are the most deceptive and major culprit blocking FBA reparation efforts across the country. They make up the vast majority of Congressional Black Caucus, and they are in full favor of opening the borders to flood and replace FBAs. They gotta go ASAP. Family, wasn't it Trump who just let the South Africans in? The European South Africans in? Wasn't it the Trump that opened the borders? They didn't know. No. Listen. People that came across the borders, they jumped the fence. People that came across the borders, they go through tunnels. People that came across the borders, they find a way to pay their way in. Trump opened the gates. You feel me? Man, these people are Looney Tune. They are Looney Tune. Watch this. Hold up. Family, are y'all following this stuff, man? They said that the Democrats, and I'm not either. I'm not neither one. But they say that the Democrats is letting in the immigrants. How'd that work? How and when did that work? Because last time I checked, it was Trump that opened the gates. It was Trump, that say they're going to be refugees coming from South Africa. That opened the gates. Last time I checked, hold on. Last time I checked, white South Africans granted refugee status in the United States by Trump administration arrived at Washington, D.C., Dulles Airport in Virginia on Monday, May 12, 2025. Where do they get their news from? Where do they get fake news? Fake news. Where do they get their news from? They said they are the ones that opening up, what do they say? They make up the mass majority, and they are full favor of opening the borders to flood and replace FBAs. What are you talking about? These people are, listen, family, if you don't like this Tahaka Bay and this GS, you might want to leave the show now, because I'm about to go in on these people. These people dumb, man. FBA are just slow. It is what it is, man. The word dumb was created, and there's a definition for it, and they fit the definition. That's all I'm saying. Let me look at the definition of dumb to make sure I'm not crazy. Now, dumb. Unable to make a sound or unwilling to speak. So they speaking, so maybe they not dumb. Maybe they just ignorant. Maybe I'm using it wrong. So let me take it back. They stupid. Let me see what stupid mean. Dumb mean unable to speak, so I'm using that wrong. Let's look at stupid. Maybe stupid fits it. Y'all don't like this Tahaka Bay, then y'all gonna have to get out of there. Having and showing a lack of intelligence or common sense. That is FBA. Stupid. That's it. That's the word, and that's what it is. FBA are officially the definition of stupid. That's it. I'm not taking it back. Nope, because it's defined. There it is. Stupid. Having or showing great lack of intelligence or common sense. That's it. That's it.
Don't make me do it, Tariq, I know all your secrets. I spoke to ADOS and knew you don't make me leak it. Yeah. I know people from Alabama from the year of 86. I even know the cop that locked you up and made you flip. I know who got you the ticket and flew you to LA. I know the facility they trained you in. Please don't make a say. One more cheap shot, I'll expose it all. I know the relationship between your mom and pa. I know your father abandoned you and Miss Shirley took you in. All the tears behind the grin can't wash away the sin. They used you at 17 and they using you at 56. They use you in that stain when they got all them bricks. Is it all worth it living in fear? Looking over your shoulder every day of the year. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. We know about Peanut and her deepest fears. We know why you tried to hide a name for years. We know she FBA, but it gets much worse. We know when you met, and we know her date of birth. You done broke the bear, so may as well pay up. All them sleepless nights, popping pills and still stay up. We can make this easy or we can make hard. Cut the check and we can disregard. If not, you can expect to hear your darkest secrets. And I got the receipts to back up what I'm speaking. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed. You built a prison around yourself for you and your family. And if I'm forced to expose you, everyone would get jammed.
Yeah. Let me get one more. Oh, everybody throw your hands in there. Throw your hands in there one time.
You thought you were smarter than everyone else. They waste scammed your people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself. But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help. You were the bully of the internet. Trolling was an obsession, showing aggression to those who came with questions. Had people donating to build your empire. But now the roof is on fire and about to expire.
Your wife about to leave and your family's scared that the world
is gonna discover that you're really a fed. All the disrespecting while in witness protection, hiding in plain sight undetected. But you attacked wrong brother and started a war. I guess your pops never warned you not to play with them more. You thought you were smarter than everyone else.
Woo!
They waste scammed your people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself.
But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help.
Everything you got it from mental extortion. I know you're praying to Monsieur to lose you for you don't lose you for you. I know trying to figure how you can win this game. Put your assets into Shirley or Peanut name. But that won't work because the Moore is intelligent. And when it all said and done, you're gonna end up selling it. You should've checked your ego and shut your mouth.
Now the world is watching as the Moore air you out.
Thought you were smarter than everyone else. They waste scammed your people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself. But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help. The people real.
Let's start the show, family. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember.
You already know.
I be that more you gon' remember.
To Hucker Bay front line till the law call my number.
I be that more you gon' remember.
Come on. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hucker Bay front. Woo! If you a friend of the Moors, then they're a friend of mine.
I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking
About the prophet, no go do Ali.
Who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco,
Yeah.
the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec?
Told you wasn't black.
Proved it was straight back. You tripping off trucks, you shouldn't be tripping like that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European how to bathe. And look at that women buying European hair. The love for self, but do the men really care? Hell nah, cause they got a love for Europe.
Everybody thumbs up, we about to get in now.
Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigos, Ross, Lucid. But where the love for the woman look like your mother? I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now cypher.
Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. Family, I appreciate you for being patient with me. Family, I have a lot on my plate, so I can't do shows as often as I would like to. Also, I've overworked myself. I hurt my back. I don't mention it on my show at the time because somebody might try to roll up on me and try me out. You know what I'm saying? So the last few shows that I did, family, I was down in the dumps. I was broke up. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a karate man. And the karate man brews on the inside so he don't show his weaknesses. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all remember that? Yeah, I was broke up, family. I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen to me, we're going to get into the show. But I was broke up, family. Let me tell you, the last few shows, oh, man, I was hurting in 3 different areas of my back. I was nauseous from dealing with pollen. My nose still running a little bit. Hey, family, I was tore up. But I can't say it online because somebody might roll up on me, man. And see, this is the thing about me. When you meet me in person, you already know that you might not want to try that. Now, and I'm going to tell you, if the people around, I'm getting low. You already witnessed that. If I think people around, nah, I don't want no smoke. I'm out of there. That's right. I'm going to pat them feet as hard as I can on that concrete. I'm out of there. But if you put me in a situation where I can't get low, hey, then we going to have to go. But if you catch me in a place where I don't see them peoples, oh, it's going all the way down. I don't want no smoke. But I'm going to tell you, one thing I ain't going to do, I ain't going to sit up here and tell you that my back hurt on Wednesday so you can see me on Thursday. Nah. So I'm a karate man. A karate man brews on the inside so it don't show his weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? That's Eddie Murphy. That's an old Eddie Murphy line. I like that line too. You can't show your weaknesses. Anyway, family. So, everybody coming at my brother Wes Moore. I don't get it. I don't get it why they coming at my brother Wes Moore. Doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. And I'm just telling you, Wes Moore, if you understand what he was doing when he vetoed that bill. If you don't understand what he was doing, I'm here to break it down to you. And I'm not making excuses for Wes Moore. I'm just here to break down the common sense of what Brother Wes Moore demonstrated. But before we break down the common sense, let's read some of the uncommon sense from the comment section of FBA foolishness. Somebody say, it seems like this person know a little bit about what I'm about to do with this show tonight. And this was 2 days ago. It says, let's get some understanding about what he is doing and saying versus coming up with our own interpretation of what he is saying and doing. Come on, black people, read and research and gain understanding before speaking on topics. This is what I'm saying. FBA and the rest of these people obviously do not read. They can't. It's impossible. T. Hoodie says, can we please get these black American posers out of office? At the very least, have them not represent FBA. You see, this is the problem. This is the problem with the goofy FBA bunch on the internet. Number one, they don't read. Number two, they say that their leader is not a leader, but believe everything he say. He's the leader. Then it says, and as a tax preparer, I'm glad I will not have to fund the proposed study. The state have many other pressing issues. Smashing. I Am Legend says, these people are the D problem. Another person that doesn't read. Now, let me get one more in. Real quick. Let's see what this one says. Charles Brister, Wes Moore, we have moved in partnership with leaders. I like Charles Brister, what Charles Brister says. Charles Brister is a reader. Charles Brister says, Wes Moore, we have moved in partnership with leaders across the state to uplift black families, address racial disparities, and in our communities. Moore wrote, that is the context in which I have made this difficult decision, because while I appreciate the work that went into this legislation, I strongly believe now is not the time for another study. Now is the time for continued action that delivers result for the people that we serve. Now, let me stop right there. Charles Brister understand, but he didn't want to argue with FBAs because he left some fruit on the tree. And my job is to pick that fruit on the tree and pass it out to you. You follow what I'm saying? So with that being said, family, so Wes Moore did not veto reparations. All right. Number one, Wes Moore did not veto reparations. There is no such thing. Reparations is not a thing. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. Wes Moore did not veto reparations. Now, let's look what the propagandist said, though. Let's look at what the propagandist said. The propagandist claimed that Wes Moore vetoed reparations. He did not veto reparations, family. That's not what he did, because there is none. I mean, there is none, number one. All right? But let's see what the propagandist say. The propagandist says, one second. I'm about to bring it to you now. Pay no attention to my people that's talking in the background. This is what the propagandist said. Jamaican tether Governor Wes Moore pulled the reference on reparations for the state of Maryland. He did not do that. This is a lie. This is a lie. And this is what these propagandists and these infiltrators do. Thank you, Hard Black Truth. He vetoed the study. He didn't veto reparations. But when you read this, Jamaican tether Governor Moore just pulled the plug on reparations in the state of Maryland. And that's not true either. That's not true either. Now, let me explain to you. Let's go into what Wes Moore actually did. Let's go into what Wes Moore actually did, family. Let's go into what actually did. All right, we're going to go into what he actually did, because these people don't know what they're talking about. And y'all should, and I hope this be a lesson for FBA and ADOS to try to go and read. I hope this be a lesson. You know what I mean? I hope this will be a lesson for FBAs. Here is, all you had to do is Google it. But before we Google what he said about reparations, let's look at even some of the ignorant politicians that follow suit with this erroneous ideal. Very erroneous ideal. Let's go. So, John Richards, Christopher King, I think of South Carolina, open letter to the South Carolina Democratic Party regarding Governor Wes Moore invitation to the Palmetto Blue Dinner. To the leadership of South Carolina Democrat Party, I write to you today, not in haste, but in heavy and resolute heart, grounded in principle of justice. As Democrats, we often speak of progress, equity, and standing boldly on the right side of history. But when our actions contradict our values, it is the duty to hold each other accountable, no matter the title, the office, or popularity of individuals. This is a clout chaser right here. This guy in South Carolina, he's a clout chaser because he's more brighter than what he's leading on. But let's read what he says anyway. He says, it is in this spirit that I am formally requesting South Carolina Democratic Party rescind the invitation to Maryland Governor Wes Moore to speak at the upcoming Palmetto Blue Dinner during our state convention. Governor Moore recently vetoed legislation that would have established a commission to study reparations for the descendants of enslaved people in Maryland. This was not just a policy decision. It was a painful dismissal of the ongoing struggle for justice for Black Americans continue to face. This is all propaganda. Watch this, family. Watch this, family. Faced across the country. It is the rejection of very acknowledgement that the wounds of slavery still bleed into the lives of our people today. Now, let's stop right there. This is propaganda even by your elected official. So people buying propaganda. First of all, family, Maryland have had plenty of studies on reparations. All right? Plenty of them. And this is what Wes Moore actually says. They have plenty of studies on reparations. All right? And I'm going to break this down. Let's read what Wes Moore says. All right? In accordance with Article Section 17 of the Maryland Constitution, I have exercised my constitutional authority to veto SB 587, State Government Maryland Reparations Commission. This legislation creates Maryland Reparations Commission to study and make recommendations. Listen to what it's supposed to do. Study and make recommendations in 2027 relating to appropriate benefits to be offered to African Americans impacted by slavery and historical inequality. Listen closely to the wording. You're dealing with a man who is held at the highest degree of intelligence, even if he's not, so you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Just don't take a person that can't even sign his own name on a document as to know what he's talking about. Marcus cannot even sign his name because it's not his name. But that's another show. That's a story for another show. Anyway, it says, I applaud the legislators' work on this bill, and I thank the Black Caucus for their leadership. Maryland is proud to be a state with the largest Black caucus in America. Our first Black Attorney General, our first Black Senator, a Black Treasurer, and Black Speaker of the House, quote unquote. We have moved in partnership with leaders across the state to uplift Black families and address racial disparities in our community. Listen to what it says. Listen to what it says. We have moved in partnership with leaders across the state to uplift. He didn't listen. He's specific. He didn't say Marylanders. He didn't say the citizens. He said what? Black families. You rarely see politicians to specifically call out saying they're reaching for our people. Obama didn't do it. Definitely Trump ain't do it. This governor is specifically using the word. Press 7 if you understand, family. You have not seen a governor specifically says that we are targeting to uplift Black families. Can you find one for me? You can't find one. He's specifically using the word. Most people go politically correct and they said, I'm doing things for the citizens of Maryland. I'm doing some good for all the Marylanders. You can't, this guy here, he says specifically, you can't find Trump saying that. You can't find no politician saying that. You can't find none. So we're not going to let you throw my brother under the bus. Now listen to what he said. We got to listen closely. He says, We have moved in partnership with leaders across the state to uplift black families. Kamala never said that while she was in office. She said that while running. Kamala rarely said anything about us in office. Stop that. Stop that. God, you better stop. Kamala didn't mention the term black people, African people, nothing like that in office. She said that while she was running. Hey, God, 4 feet 3'5". Don't do that. Don't do that. We of Moorish World TV, we don't take sides, except the truth. Except the truth. That's all we take. Kamala have never mentioned us specifically while she was actively in office. Nah, This guy is actively in office. And this guy is actively in office. Now listen to what he says. Stop that. Don't say no Kamala, not over here. And I ain't got no problem with none of them. I just call as a ball, a strike, a strike. It is what it is. Now listen to this. It says, leaders to uplift. Somebody said, she said the opposite. She said she won't do anything for black people. Yeah, that was why she was running. You correct. My fault, God. Yeah, my fault, but yeah. But listen to this. It says to uplift black families and address racial disparities in our communities. This is the context. Listen to this. This is the context which I have made this difficult decision. Because while I appreciate the work that went into this legislation, I strongly believe it's not time for another study. Stop right there. It ain't time for another study. Family, on the opposite, if it's not time for another study, what time is it, family? Family, if you can think just a little bit, if FBA got a little bit P for brain, if he says it's not time for another study, the alternative is what? It's time to take action. Draw up a legislation for compensation. Get somebody to lobby. Get somebody to lobby for compensation. Don't come to me with another study. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. So why is these people trying to demonize? This is what I'm talking about. These people, something wrong with them. Look at this. Jamaica Tether pulls the plug on reparations. No, he says it's not time for another study. And I agree. What are we studying? Listen, there is no such thing as cut the check. There is no such thing as cut the check, Ali. The next step is to put together legislation or a lobbying group to get what's supposed to be that you think you're supposed to get. There is no such thing as cut the check. That is ignorant internet talk. That is not how it works. That's not how it works. You got to put in some work. It ain't no screaming on the internet, cut the check. That is goofy, retarded at best. So come on, Ali. Come on over here with the people who have some common sense. Screaming on the internet, cut the check, but you haven't cut your grass and walk out through that yard to go set up and organize some groups. That's a stupid thing to say. Stupid. Cut the check. No, cut it out. Cut the crap. How about that? Cut the crap. How about that? Cut the crap. Stop talking so ignorant. It's amazing that people, listen, it's amazing that people would be so ignorant and they would have the nerve to come on to social media and just display their ignorance for the world to judge it. You understand what I'm saying? Here we go, L. But black is dead status and status is the first issue of law. Here we go, L. Here we go. The crazy Moors are coming. But black is a dead status and status is the first. Here we go. I told you, we even got them with the Moors. All out of context. All in the video. You know what I mean? Man, come on, man. This ain't bad, boy. I don't want you all in the video, man. Y'all see that comment? The L brother. Black is a status of law, and that's the first issue. All up in the video. Now, this ain't bad, boy. This that row. This life row. Yeah. Get him out of here. Yeah. We got them too. We got some crazies too. See, listen. Our problem is a Negro problem. Our problem is a Negro problem. Our problem is not a Moorish problem. It's not an FBA problem. It's not a black problem. It's a Negro problem. Negro means like it's a Negro problem. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's a Negro problem. You know what I mean? It's an ignorant problem. It's ignorance. That's our problem. And it only can be solved only one way. We have to understand us as a people, and we must dig into who we are as a people and unite as a people for a common cause and put something down that's legitimate, tangible, and that can stand the test of time. That's what it's all about. That's the only way you're going to solve the Negro problem. You have to create communities, you have to create committees, you have to create think tanks, and you have to execute lobbying and legislation if you want to move politically. You don't get on the internet and say, cut the check. That's goofy. That's goofy. That's goofy. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Oh, my bad. Let me see if I can get it. Here we go. Check it out. He said, over the last 25 years, Maryland has launched several commissions and study groups to examine the legacy of slavery in our state. From the Maryland Lynching Truth and Reconciliation Commission to the State Commission to coordinate the study, commemoration, and impact of the history and legacy of slavery in Maryland. The scholarship on this topic is both vast in scope and robust in scale. And we are grateful for Marylanders who have contributed their expertise to the vital project of understanding how the legacy of slavery continues. Listen to what he says. Listen again. This is intelligent conversation here. This is not a conversation for FBA, because they won't get this unless they wake up. Listen to this last sentence. Pardon me. He says, and we are grateful for the Marylanders who have contributed their expertise to the vital project of understanding how the legacy of slavery continues to impact black communities in our state today. What is he saying? He's saying that they've already studied it. That they already studied it. Why do we gotta keep on studying it? He says no time for another study. Why you gotta keep studying it? That's what he's trying to tell people. Stop studying it and execute the results that we got from the studies of yesterday. Listen. He goes on to say, one second. He goes on to say, I will always protect and defend. Listen to what he said. This is what he said. I will always protect and defend the full history of African Americans in our state and country. Listen to this. Name another leader that have spoke this blatantly. Can you name one that's in that type of position? I'll wait. They talk rhetoric talk, but they don't go on the record with this stuff. See, this is written on the record. Like you can say anything in a blog. You can say anything when a camera's shoved in your face. And yes, that's on the record too, but it's nothing like this. This is on the record. I will always protect and defend the full history of African Americans in our state and country. But in the light of many important studies that have taken place on the issue over nearly 3 decades. Listen to what he said. But in light of many important studies that have been taking place on this issue nearly 3 decades, now is the time to focus on the work itself. In other words, if there's been studies going on for 3 decades, what more studies do we need? What more do we need, family? We need another study. Do we know, did the studies reveal how it impacts us? Do the study reveal how it continues to impact us? Of course it does. Now, what are you doing with those studies? That's what he's saying without saying it. And then that has a semicolon, so he add his rationale or logic behind them. Narrowing the racial wealth gap, expanding home ownership, uplifting entrepreneurs of color, and closing the foundational disparities that lead to inequality. So foundational black Americans, he said he's going to close the foundational disparities. The foundation, you know, the disparities that started on a plantation, the disparities that started when you left the plantation. Foundational disparities. The foundation when the Europeans came here and they made this country for them, by them. You see how he's addressing this? He said the foundational disparities. You know what I mean? When they came here and they made it for them, by them. And then when they found out that we were here and already a part of the land, they included us in the land. And then when they found out that they could dominate us and then separate us and divide us and then use us as chattel slavery and then bring some more in from across the water. This is foundational disparities. So he's not saying that I'm addressing something today. I'm also willing to address things that happened in the inception of the United States of America. Come on, man. Find me someone talk like that. Find me someone talk like that. Man, don't be coming at my main man. Listen, family. Don't come at my main man. That's all I'm saying. Don't come at my main man. Fam, let me take it. Let me. Listen, fam. Don't come at my main man. That's all I'm going to say. Family, y'all ain't gonna never see one like this.
Why you see Wes? What them did they, Wes? What them did they do?
Come on, Wes! We tethered up!
This is my message to you.
Come on, Wes! Come on! Come on, man. Don't be coming for my man Wes. Let me run it back. Come on. Bob Marley. Come on, Wes.
What kind of song them did I sing? Oh, this song, Wes. This is my message to you.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. They can't come for my man. They can't come for my man. Oh, we tethered up in this we tethered up in this. Yeah. We getting behind. We getting behind the real ones that is universally accepting us as a people. We need to get behind this. Oh yeah, what's a real one? Oh yeah, he's a real one. You know what I mean? Where your chop ball? Where your chop ball? Where your chop ball, Ricky? Ricky, where your chop ball? But I want to hear that. Well, I want to hear that, Ricky. Where your chop ball? Shut up. Shut up. For me. Call your blood clot. Shut up. But I want to hear that. But I want to hear that, Ricky. But to be quiet. I don't want to hear that. Go with your little pickaninny. Go with your little pickaninny. I want to hear that. Guan. That was Jamaican accent.
I'm good.
that was Jamaican accent.
I'm good.
Where y'all top ball? Anyway, Brother Wes got me all pumped up on that one. He got me pumped up. Listen to what the brother did. Brother Wes Moore say, I will always protect and defend the full history of African Americans in our state and country. But in the light of many important studies that have taken place on this issue over nearly 3 decades, now is the time to focus on work. Right? Let's go to the next paragraph. Our administration record speaks for itself. In our first year, listen to this, in our first year, Black-owned businesses received more than $816 million in procurement awards, more than double that amount, more than double the amount awarded under our previous predecessor. 816 million. You took $1 million and bought a storefront liquor store that you don't even use. You didn't take your money to create a think tank. You didn't take that $1 million to create a lobbying group. You didn't take that $1 million. You don't care about no reparations. You don't care about no reparations. You don't care about the people. You took that as a tax write-off. You took that to make it seem like you was doing something. If you really care about reparations, you organize people and you put money behind it. This governor here has put money behind what he's talking about. He says, our administration record speaks for itself. In our first year, Black-owned, and I love how he put emphasis on. He's not scared to say Black-owned. Black-owned businesses receive more than $816 million in procurement awards, more than double the amount awarded in the previous year under our predecessors. I issued the largest state pardon in our nation's history, pardoning 175,000 Maryland convictions for cannabis possession. And we know majority of those convictions come out of Baltimore, Annapolis, and cities where we are mostly populated, because we were getting locked up for anything at one time. Family, put a 7 in the air. 175,000? What? He says the largest in the nation. In the nation, not the largest in Maryland and Philadelphia, in the nation. What? What? In what? In the nation. You know what 175,000 people look like? Do we even know what 175,000 pardons look like? Do you know what it takes to sign 175,000 pieces of paper, stamp them? Man, he might got to run them through the printer or something. They got to do something. 175,000? Man, you better get out my face coming at, bro. In other words, he said it's about the work. Listen. These FBA fools haven't done nothing. Even the one that wrote that letter. What is his track record like? Talking about, we want to uninvite you to the dinner. Man, listen, man. What is his track record like? Has he done any of this? These people can't even stand. They can't even unlatch his sandal on his Jamaican sandals walking in the beach up in Trenchtown. They can't even take his sandals off his feet when he walked through the beach in Trenchtown. What are you talking about? These people are crazy, man. Liz Z said, I live in Chocolate City, but Maryland is a chocolate state. Absolutely. Listen to this, family. He said, Maryland convictions for cannabis possession, a step that will create more pathways to prosperity for who? For Black Marylanders. I'm going to say it again, family. Listen to this. The FBA leaving the chat now. The FBA going to have to leave the chat now because they feel stupid. They're going to have to leave the chat now. Listen to what he says. I want to read it one more time, family. Listen to what he says. He says, I issued the largest state pardon in our nation's history, pardoning 175,000 Maryland conviction for cannabis possession. Now listen to this. A step that will create more pathways to prosperity for what? For Black Marylanders. He didn't say citizens. He didn't say Marylanders. He didn't say Maryland citizens. He didn't say the people of Maryland. He didn't use any cover word. He said create pathways for who? For black Marylanders. Fam, you ain't never seen nobody like this. You ain't never seen nobody like this. I rocks with bro. I understand. I get it. He's a politician. You know what I mean? And he ain't going to sit up there and tell you, spell it out for you. He ain't going to spell it out for you with big blocks that like you 2 years old. But if you learn how to read, it can save you some heartache and save you some time from not looking stupid. If you learn how to read, all you have to do is learn how to read. Listening to a person who dropped out of school and didn't even go get a GED. Listening to a person that got a whole team that manage his life for him. Listening to a person that got a whole team that governs his life in every aspect of his life and has been governing his life for the last 20, 30 years. Listening to a person who can't even sign his own name on a document. Don't even know how to sign his own name. And you sitting up there listening to this fool. FBA, you really need to stop. You really need to stop. Come on, man. Let me finish. A step that will create more pathways to prosperity for black Marylanders who have been disproportionately impacted by by Maryland's inequitable and outdated laws. Family, are you listening to this? Listen to what Wes Moore says. In fact, let me do this. Show my brother face. Let me show my brother face. This man talking raw. He talking raw. Yeah, he talking raw. That I'm going to just read it like this. Because he talking raw. He talking real spicy to these weirdos. Yeah, he talking real spicy to them. So we're gonna let him cook. Let's let him cook.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're gonna let him cook. Hold up 1 second. Let me set it up right. Look. So look, this is what it says. It says, a step that will create pathways to prosperity for black Marylanders who have been disproportionately impacted by Maryland's inequitable and outdated laws. Let me do it again. Inequitable and outdated laws. Live and direct. He's live and direct. We know the problem. Basically, he's telling you that we know the problem. Outdated laws. Our administration increased funding for HBCUs by nearly 60%, investing $1.34 billion towards Maryland historically black colleges and universities. Let me stop right there. Remember when Trump said the federal government wasn't going to fund these colleges because of DEI? Press 7 if y'all remember that. Press 7 if you remember that. Do y'all remember that? That he was going to examine and do a study on should be funding these colleges because of DEI. Anybody remember that? Have y'all been paying attention to that? Huh? So while the federal government under Trump is talking about cutting funds for these boule colleges, yeah, they ain't right to me, but hey, people need education anyway. You know what I mean? When they talking about cutting it, you know what I mean? He in Maryland have given $1.34 billion for Maryland institutions without the federal government. Without the federal government. Historical black colleges in Maryland. You know how many historical black colleges in Maryland? It's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them. You feel me? It's not a lot of them. Let me tell you something. You got Morgan State. You got Coppin State. and you got a few lingering small ones around here. It's not a lot of them. Morgan State, Coppin State. Who else? It's maybe two more. 1.34 billion is a lot of money because there's not a lot of HBCUs in Maryland. And if they are, they're kind of small, and I don't know much about them. But the main ones is Coppin and Morgan. Come on now. No, El Negro. He said, wait, Trump just gave them money a few weeks ago. No, what I was telling you is that Trump was doing a study to try to stop money. Trump then flipped on, I'm doing a show about that soon too, El Negro Hotep. Trump then flipped on a lot of things that he said he wasn't going to do. Trump then flipped on that, just like the tariffs. He switched back on that. But that's not my point. While they were studying that, Maryland had already had the task covered, is my point, under Governor Wes Moore. That's what I'm saying. Check this out. Check this out. He says, and by boosting the number of mortgages offered to first-time home buyers, we helped nearly 1,500 black Marylanders pursue home ownership for the first time. Now, I think that number could be increased, but you cannot say how many people actually applied for assistance. Okay, we got Bowie State too. There we go. Morgan State, Bowie State, Coppin State. There we go. There we go. Yeah, who else? Stargate. What you know about Bowie State? I be going out to Bowie and they got a restaurant out there. I ain't been out there lately because it's like $20 a plate. But man, they got some good vegan Japanese restaurant out there. Them cook good. But anyway, that's another show. Anyway, they need to pay for some advertisement. I talk about it. Anyway. So the last line, it says, we made real progress both to undo bad policies of the past and craft good policies that will lead towards a brighter future. But we understand our work is far from over. Together, we must take an urgent action to address the barriers that have walled off black families in Maryland. See how he's addressing the elephant in the room? Open mind. I thought it was one down there. Is that University of Maryland Eastern Shore maybe? Yeah, I know it's a few of them, but I do know Morgan State, Bowie State, Coppin State, and you're right, there is one in the Eastern Shore too. Absolutely. It might be University of Maryland Eastern Shore maybe. I'm not sure. But it says, listen how he specifically. Somebody said, GS, you can't afford a $20 plate? Man, take your wife to dinner with $50. Man, listen, my wife like to grow food out the ground, man. I mean, I don't eat tofu. I like vegetables. My wife like to grow. I can't afford it right now, and I got too much on my plate right now. My wife like to cook anyway. Now, my wife like cook anyway. Now. But when I get my money right, I'm going down there and get some. I ain't got no extra coins right now. Man, I'm up against a lot right now. I ain't got no extra coins. Man, listen, man. I'm going to get some extra coins. The Lord will bless me soon. The Lord will come through in the clutch. The Lord, he helped Daniel out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan off the island. So he going to surely help the Grand Sheik to get a $20 plate at the vegan Japanese spot.
I'm good. I'm good.
You need to grow up, Grand Sheik. You need to grow up. You know what I mean? You need to grow up. You really do. I like your knowledge. I like your show. But sometimes you just need to grow the H up. That's right. Anyway, now I had sweet potato, quinoa, and green beans. Man, I don't like tofu. No. I like vegetables. I like real vegetables. And I do my best to try to make sure they're organic vegetables. You hear me? Organic. Anyway, let me finish this up, family, because we got 10 minutes to go. And I don't want to go too much over because I just wanted to make a point. Hey, fam, do you think I made my point? Huh? I mean, do you think I made my point? Huh? Get yourself a plate. Deliver the facts. We deliver the super chats. I like. Hold on. Let me screenshot that one. Let me screenshot that. I like that. Crip now has got bars. Crip now got bars. Let me see what he got. He got bars. Let me see. He said, "Yeah, I gotta share this with y'all, just for y'all. Don't see it." Crip got bars. Let me see. Bam. Let me save it for y'all. There you go. Get that plate. Deliver the facts. We deliver the super chats. I like how that sounds. I think that's a new song. I'm going to deliver the facts. You deliver the super chats. Yeah, let me see. I'll deliver the facts and we'll deliver the super chats. And then the back. And then the back. Okay. Yeah. I think I might work with that. Anyway, with that being said, listen to the bro. We've made real progress to undo bad policies of the past and craft good policies that will lead us toward a brighter future. But we understand our work is far from over. Together, we must take urgent action to address the barriers that have walled off black families in Maryland from work, wages, and wealth for generations. Family, is he addressing the issues or not? And we can fact check this. Family, is he addressing the issues or not? What is FBA doing besides saying cut the check? Huh? What is they doing? Next section, in a consultation with the Maryland General Assembly, I will be introducing a package of policies I believe will help accelerate our work in achieving these shared goals. Huh? Stargate, he was out there. Stargate say he used to holler at her sister from Trian sister. Yeah. Yeah, you was out there getting your Mac on. That was But listen, family, look at these accomplishments. Thank you somebody for the Cash App. I just got a Cash App alert. Thank you so much. Oh man. Andre saying he's black from the chat. Andre, you have to send me a link to your email. He sent me $2 and say I'm black from the chat. You have to send me an email with the link to your account. You just can't give me the name of your account. I need the link to account. And that's the thing. Where is the FBA plan? Where is their plan? I like that, Gregory Bryant. Where is their plan? They don't have a plan. Their plan is to create a Twitter space and cry. Their plan is to create a Twitter space and say, cut the check. Their plan is to create a Twitter space and say, this person a tether. He's a tether. She's a tether. He's a tether. She's a tether. She's a tether. He's a tether. He's a tether. That's it. And they trying to stop our reparations. That's their whole plan. That's it. Anyway, let's go. Listen to this last line. I look forward to partnering with members of the House and Senate, the bill sponsors. You hear that? What's that code word right there? I look forward to partnering with members of the House, the bill sponsors. When will FBA sponsor a bill? Double dare you. That's a bar. I'm taking that bar, double dare you. I'm taking it. Family, when has FBA sponsored a bill? Here in Maryland, he said he looked forward to partnering with the members of the House and the Senate. And guess what he said? The bill sponsors. Fam, do you know what that means? That means stop running your mouth. This is what is meant by the title. This is what is meant by the title of today. I mean, Wes Moore shakes up fake reparationists. This is what's meant by the title. That letter shakes them up. Because basically, in that letter, he's saying, shut up and get busy. And if he ain't saying it, I'm saying it for him. He ain't saying it in those words. Let me say this. Governor Wes Moore is far too intelligent to even indulge these crazies. So I'm delighted to indulge them for him. Not saying that I'm of lesser intelligence, but I know how to handle these goofies. You know what I mean? I know how to handle them. You know what I mean? I know how to handle them. You know what I mean? Not saying he don't know how to handle them, but you know what I mean? Let me just do my work. Let me do my work. This is what I do, Wes. I got you. I got you. I got you. You know what I mean? Because these people crazy. They crazy. They sure is crazy. I mean, now, with that being said, and the Legislative Black Caucus as we build a more equal and just Maryland, one that accepts and uplifts our whole history, helps every Marylander. Now he talking about every Marylander. Look at the last line, family. The last line, he used that political paintbrush, if you will. He used the political paintbrush. One that accepts and uplifts our whole history, helps every Marylander realize their full potential, and leaves no one behind. The last line, he spoke in general. Come on, man. Come on now. These people are crazy. They nuts. They good and crazy. They good and crazy. This man will not be denied. You know what I mean? This man would not be denied. This man is doing what he's supposed to do and what he was elected to do. And ain't nobody can change that. Ain't nobody can change that. Period, point blank. Do you know that Maryland that pretty much has been ran by a Republican governor for the last two cycles? You know what I'm saying? He's a Democrat, but he's not the typical Democrat. Neither was the last Republican was the typical Republican, Larry Hogan. Larry Hogan, I liked him too, but he better not be talking raggedy about my bro, but I liked him too because he actually, I'm sorry, a little bit phlegm. He actually stood down from going to Trump inauguration because he felt that Trump wasn't moving like he should have been moving as it relates to what they have established as Republicans. But hey, that's what they do. Anyway, with that being said, some of these studies that have already been done in Maryland is the legacy of slavery in Maryland. You follow me? The legacy of slavery in Maryland. These are some of the studies that's been going on. And this stuff is archived. Like the effects of slavery in Maryland have been archived. You have your results. Why do we need another study? Family, that's just like go and get a diagnosis for your car. And without working on the car, you say, I'm going to go get a second opinion. Then after the second opinion, you say, I'm going to go get a third opinion. Then after the third opinion, you just keep going getting diagnosis of your car. At least let the person try to fix what he diagnosed before you act like that there's a real issue other than what was diagnosed. That's all he's saying. You take your car to the mechanic. He put it on the machine. The machine reads the computer of the car, give you exactly what's wrong with the car. And you say, you know what? I'm going to pay another $100 for a diagnosis. Now I'm going to pay another $100 for another diagnosis. Man, hold up. I'm going to go to the dealer and pay $100. I'm going to go to the corner man and pay $70. I'm going to go back to the dealer. Like, when does it stop? When do you just fix the car? FBA want to keep being diagnosed as stupid. Fix stupid. That's all you got to do. Fix stupid and everything else will fall in place. And that's a message to FBA. Fix stupid. That's all you got to do. Now, I know people might don't like me talking like this. I understand. But family, it is really, really stupid of people to make these crazy arguments and acting like that they're going to target an elected official on social media. Like, I mean, if that's what they want to do, go and do it. I'm not protecting nobody. I ain't got no cape on my back. I'm telling you. I'd like to protect the truth. Now, if Wes Moore wasn't right, trust me, I'd be like, I'm going to leave this conversation alone. That's what FBAs need to do. When they find that the conversation is not on their side, just leave the conversation alone. Just leave it alone. That's what I do. If the conversation is not on the side of my principles, I leave it alone. I ain't got nothing to say. But once I find that people are being misled, then here I go. This here was a commission in Maryland, commissioned to coordinate the study and commemoration and impact of slavery's history and legacy in Maryland. I think this one started in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? There's already, the commission was already charged with advising the state on how to best support programs and initiatives to commemorate the Middle Passage slavery. To initiative to commemorate the Middle Passage, indentured servitude, which means people got paid, and Underground Railroad. It kept the state informed on research on lingering effects of slavery and its legacy, including their impact on crime and control. All of these studies can be used to make a claim for reparations. All of these, they are official studies initiated by people of Maryland citizens and the government. The data is there. What are you doing with the data? See, if you're not in Maryland, then you maybe you wouldn't understand. But let me say this. Right behind them, right? You see this? Right behind Wes Moore. This is a new community initiative in Park Heights, one of the most distressed areas in Baltimore City. You see our brother with his family, and you see our mayor with his family, and the mayor is from Park Heights, rebuilding one of the most distressed places in Baltimore. That's called work. That's called work. This area right here, I mean, high crime, high drug abuse, high homelessness. They've been cleaning up this corridor for the last few years. So, come on, man. Come on. We ain't going for that. We ain't going for that. And anybody that live in or around Park Heights, they will tell you how the landscape of Park Heights look different. GS don't even go in that area. You got to be crazy. Our Temple in the area. What are you talking about? Our Temple on Garrison. We trying to, matter of fact, our Temple was on Garrison. We're trying to move it on Belvedere. What you talking about? He said, I don't even go in the area. Did y'all hear what he just said? He said, I don't even go in the area. Did anybody hear that? Let me show you something. He said, I don't even go in the area. That's what you said? All right, let's see this. I'm going to show you something. You must be playing. You must be playing. You just joshing, right? Like, you just joshing. Tell me you just joshing before I get out of here. Tell me you just joshing. You said, I don't even go in the area. That's what he said. Are you just joshing? Huh? Are you just joshing? Tell me you just joshing. Say it. Say, I'm just joshing, GS. Family. Say you just joshing. Family. This me in the area This me in the area passing out flyers on what you call Mother's Day to mothers who might not receive any appreciation. That might not receive any appreciation. We don't have a 501c3. This come out of pocket money. This come from out of Moors and the Moorish Science Temple of America styled as the Noble Temple's money. This come out of our pocket. This come from donations from Moorish World TV. This come from, and I don't even promote this. If someone hit the Cash App, I put something, 50 cents aside for coffee, 50 cents aside for trying to do something. What are you talking about? And then I go to the temple, and I say, listen, everybody, come on, man, we got to make a contribution. I mean, we got people that make contributions. So when you talk about my money funny, yeah, money funny, but guess what? My soul is clean. That's me. My soul is clean. And guess what? Sis right there, bona fide Pan-Africanist. You know what I mean? Bona fide. Yeah. So, and that's Park Heights. And guess what? We do it every year. But anyway, that's the show. I mean, I was in Baltimore the other day taking a ride on the light rail. Baltimore is a beautiful city, family. Baltimore, you would have to experience it, man. Baltimore get a bad rep. But Baltimore is a beautiful city, and I love it. The reason why I love Baltimore, and I think a lot of people will agree, one of the reasons I love Baltimore is because Baltimore is a city where if you ain't who you say you are, it will show. And if you're not who you say you are, you might have a bad day. If you live in Baltimore, and you know what I'm saying, you might have a bad day if you don't know how to operate in Baltimore. But Baltimore is real. Baltimore is beautiful. Baltimore is ratchet, but it's all love. It's ratchet love. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm talking about like Baltimore, man. They might bust you, lay you down, and then put a pillow under your head or something. You know what I mean? They're very courteous. Pow, and then put a pillow under your head. All right. Now I'm just playing. Baltimore, man, is just beautiful. I love it, and I'm looking for the day where we can organize all these numbers and get something done in such a way where we can leave something for the next generation. But family, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. Please share this and educate these people that is trying to give Brother Wes Moore a bad name. The brother is grinding against all odds. He putting the work in. He's doing the best he can with the tools he have to work with. And I think he's doing even better than most people than anticipated. And because he's using the term that signifies our people definitively and the issues that's being addressed definitively, he's going to have enough attacks from other people who don't want to see that uplifting and support amongst our people. He's going to have enough attacks. And therefore, we should not stand idly by while those that look like us attack one that's doing things that will benefit us. You follow what I'm saying? We should not.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This man.
Y'all got 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Check. Yo, this the real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir. This the real deal.
Let's go. Talk about. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali, smack me up with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would have stopped them up regardless. On the run from the feds because that boy is a fed. And this was back in the day. I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard? You little swindling fraud. With the feds on the block, the roof, and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter. You little punks. I got children to raise. I got people to uplift. Your intentions is to enslave my people in grip, and at the same time snitch on anybody suspicious. You're a government witness and they just changed your name, gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are. You can't hide no more, Marcus. It's coming to light what you done did in the darkness. Been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91 you infiltrated the rap game. It's Cosmo Flex. Your job is done. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants plotting to get me, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50, cause I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like watching. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informants
Run to Hawker, run.
cause I'm exposing
Run to
these
Hawker,
frauds.
run.
They say I'm
Run to
trolling
Hawker,
like 50.
run.
I got the heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning, you know how I do. Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest of God, star crescent and unk. And use a Twitter revolutionary way to get hacked. I say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could've called up my people and pulled up to your rest. In your gated community is your federal prison. Don't think that we don't know how you really living, we got you. Sit the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me. I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. Come on.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you're gonna make it move.
If this was another genre like entertainment news, this would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece.
I'm good. 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 I'm good.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm good.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm good.
This is a sick Negro.
That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you're gonna make it